This is Shawnsteel, your pro chiropractic PI attorney. We're located in California. We handle all aspects of California PI, from the Oregon border to the Mexican border. And we're here to help chiropractic. I come from a 3-generation chiropractic family, and I sort of have an idea how lawyers can be nasty. And when I was in college, I used to think all lawyers are bad. Line them up against the wall and shoot them. I've changed my mind. I believe that's only true for half the lawyers. After all these years of meeting lawyers, only half of them are draggarts, bad people and otherwise. So my theory is, if you run into an attorney, your patient runs into an attorney, drags them into your office, and you don't know them, there's only a 50% probability that they'll hurt you in some way. Those are bad odds. So we got to make some sensible choices when you're working with attorneys. Let me give you an example of one thing that attorneys can do that are not good. They turn them against you, and it's usually about money. So many times the attorneys have no regard for chiropractic, or any doctors for that matter, and they don't feel that they have a real moral obligation. That's the problem, moral obligation to pay the chiropractor. They just want to get as much money as possible out of the case, try to get the client to sign the papers, and then screw the chiropractor later on. That's very dangerous morality. It's also probably illegal. It certainly is unethical, especially if they sign a lien agreement. So here's some of the things that lawyers do. Lawyers know that when they are seeing you, you like them a lot because they're getting care, they're in pain, and you're paying attention. Once you release that patient and the lawyer starts negotiating the case, the longer the patient is away from you, they hope that you have a lot less love for that lawyer. And sometimes they'll start doing things like, in the middle of care, they'll refer them to random medical doctors that you can't possibly understand. It doesn't make any sense. Sometimes they just send them to an MRI facility without talking to you. What they're doing is controlling the case above the chiropractor, which I believe is unseemly and unethical. You should be making those medical decisions. A lawyer should not. If there's ideas of having specialists, you should consult with a lawyer. So the lawyers who don't consult with you are bad people. They're lazy, or they just don't like you. Those are neither option's very good. Secondly, the lawyer will start saying, look, it's about, if I'm going to get you some good money, you got to do X, Y, and Z. Sometimes at the expense of the chiropractor. So they'll take your med pay. When the lawyers start taking your med pay and putting it in their own trust account, they're hurting you, your family, and your children, because they're taking money that rightfully belongs to the treating doctor. And what the patient doesn't realize, if they go along with that scheme, they're not making the money. The lawyer's going to get a third of that, when the lawyer should get 0% of med pay at all. It's highly unethical. And you see a lawyer that does it, you can never, ever work with that lawyer again, because the soul is rotten to the core. And then finally, at the end of the case, the worst insult in the world, the client's not happy with the money. The lawyer knows he's getting his full third, the client gets pennies, and then the client says, I'm not going to sign it. And then the lawyer comes across with the ultimate dagger to your back, saying, well, you ought to go down to the chiropractor's office and have them adjust your bill, which I think is a funny verb to use. Have them cut your bill. And that's the last thing you need in your life, is have a patient that loved you, brought you cookies, was very grateful, and then when the case settles, they want more money and they want you to finance them. That's not how life works. That's not how we work. That's not how any of this personal injury should work. The lawyer that has your patient going to your office to cut your fee is a savage. Don't work with that attorney. Tell your friends and neighbors. Make sure everybody in the office understands this. But lawyers that turn your patients against you are people you can't work with. Stick with the lawyers that are pro-chiropractic, that want to see you thrive, want to see you get paid, and your patients healthy and happy. That's Shawnsteel today. This is our 50 Rules of Steel. You get these for free. This is rule number 26. It says, lawyers who turn your patients against you are your enemies forever. So if you want a copy, email me, shawnsteel@shawnsteel.com. Give me your address. I'll send you a laminated copy. But most importantly, let's hear from you. This is a YouTube channel. It's new. We got a lot of neat content you'll never find anywhere else in the YouTube world, and that's a big fat world. Subscribe. Do me the big favor, and have maybe a couple of your friends that also love PI. A lot of times chiropractors work together and share knowledge. Share this with your friends. Let's make sure you subscribe. We also do a PI email newsletter, which we do twice a month. It's on my website. If you want to look at past copies, we've got it indexed for subject matter. You're free to have that. We got a lot of cool stuff on our website, shawnsteel.com. Come and join the party. Take care, doctors. Thank you.